Tony Stark would be relaxing, trying to build some sort of portal. Tony Stark learned about the multiverse as he was trying to build a portal to one, but it worked too well. As it turned on, it began to suck everything in. As he got sucked in, so did his suit. As he fell into the Hazbin universe, as he looked around, he turned on his suit and began to fly. As he saw a strange building and a strange red sky. As he flew around everywhere, he began to hear snickering. All the sinners were laughing because Tony Stark looked like a common tech genius. Tech geniuses and hell of a boss in Hazbin Hotel can be powerful, but most of the time they're like Sir Pingus. They build these weird gadgets and they don't really amount to much, and that's why they're laughing. They thought Iron Man was like that. As he flew down, he said, "Why are you all laughing?" Would explain how this suit is made from the most modern technology and how it can fly and blast lasers and do all kinds of cool stuff. As one of the demons says, "That's modern and cool, I'll give you that. But if you don't have any power down here, you're useless." Technology geniuses like you get destroyed by people with real power all the time. The only perception is Vox, but his power is literally technology. That's an exception. As they would talk about how Sir Pingus and other technology-based people just get destroyed. As this made Tony Stark annoyed, but then he smiled as he knew he got to show these people with powers up. As then he began to fly around, he would want a place to go back home. He would want a place to build a portal to go back, but he didn't know how to do it. And he was starting to run low on fuel, so he decided to land and stock up. It didn't really look safe what was around him, but he found a hotel, and not knowing that it was to redeem sinners, he walked in. The hotel looked, well, somewhat invited, so Tony Stark decided to go and knock on the door, but then he realized something. It said Happy Hotel. He hoped that wasn't a metaphor for something, as there was similar hotels in New York. As he sighed, suddenly someone would open the door. It was Charlie and say, "Do you believe in our dream? Wait, why are you wearing that metal suit?" As then he took off his mask, said sorry, as Charlie would say, "Oh my god, you're human. How? What?" Charlie was just utterly shocked as she would stare at Tony Stark, not really knowing what to say. After all, she didn't expect some human to walk in, as then Charlie would say, "How'd you get to hell?" Tony would say, "Hell? I thought this was some alien planet. This looks way better than hell. Heck, it even looks better than downtown Detroit." As in, Charlie would say, "Is that really nice to make a Detroit joke? I mean, there's good things about their city." Tony would say, "Yeah, you're right. That was a low blow. They're rebuilding." Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, why am I in hell? I mean, come on. I'm a good guy, a superhero. Charlie would say, "I don't know about superhero, but you definitely didn't perish, so I'll look into that. Just come in." Charlie was extremely confused, to say the least. It was a human being. Not a demon, not a sinner, not an imp, a human being. As Maggie would walk and say, "What is this?" "Oh my god, it's a human." Maggie would look up at Tony and say, "How? How does this happen?" Charlie would say, "I don't know." As then Tony would smirk and say, It's not the first time I had two girls looking at me like that." As then Vaggie would say, "If you make that joke again, I will." As then Charlie had said, "Easy, Vaggie, easy." As an Angel would walk up to Tony and say, "Hello there. I know you've had girls fawn over, but have you ever had a boy fawn over you?" Angel would say. As then Tony would say, "That's a boy? I had no idea." Angel would say, "I am very convincing, so do you want to?" "Well, not anymore." As then Huss would start to laugh. This is amusing, but then suddenly Alistair would appear. Alistair would laugh at Tony's suit and whatever he was doing and say, "A human? How did you get down here? That's so adorable, trying to play superpower." As then Tony would say, "Shut up." As then he plugged in his suit. And I know he can have his suit arm with fibers or whatever, but we're going to say he plugs it in anyway, because I think that's funny if he has like a charger for his suit. So yeah, as Tony Stark was charging in his suit, he would sit down and simply sit beside it, as everyone didn't really know what to do about it. After all, he was a human being. So Charlie would have to go and get her father. As Charlie would walk over to Lucifer, she would begin to bang on the door. As Lucifer answered, he would say, "Hello, Charlie, how are you doing? It's nice to see you, you know." Charlie would say, "It's nice to see you too, Dad. I need to ask you something." As Lucifer would ponder this and say, "What do you need to ask?" "Oh, is it, about why Lilith left?" "I don't really know, Charlie. You see, things were going so well, and then one day she just left." "Did she talk to you about it?" "Oh, do you think she found someone better?" "No, Dad, why would a human be here?" Lucifer would say, "You know why people go to hell and become sinners." Why would you ask that? Do you think Charlie would say, no, I'm saying there's a human being down here, Dad. He's not a sinner. He's full human. Lucifer would say, that's impossible. Charlie would say, you don't believe me? Let me show you. As Lucifer brought in Charlie, Charlie would start to look at the hotel and say, see, Dad? Lucifer would say, is this a surprise party? Because my birthday's not till next week. As suddenly Tony would walk up to him and say, hey, so you're the devil or whatever. Lucifer would say, yeah, I am. Wow, Charlie, you're right. You know, when I thought devil, I thought taller. Lucifer would say, when I thought human, I thought handsomer. The last time I remember, they looked kind of gorgeous, but you just kind of look, As in, Tony Stark would say, great, 2 gay men, one hits on me, one thinks I'm, Usually they have such a great taste for fashion, too, so I don't really know what to say about this. As Lucifer would say, I'm not... That's besides the point. Anyway... What are you anyway? I'm Iron Man. As then Iron Man would begin to fly and say, do you want to spar? Lucifer would say, psh, don't mind if I do. Lucifer's wings would extend as he would fly at Iron Man. As Iron Man would fly at him, Iron Man would blast lasers at Lucifer as Lucifer would dodge them all and blast magic at Iron Man as they battled each other. And, well, Iron Man put up a good fight, but it was Lucifer, the king of hell. And I know this will piss off so many people. Comic Iron Man stronger. Comics Iron Man stronger. Comics Iron Man stronger. I'm not doing Comic Iron Man. This Iron Man's weaker. If you don't like it, go to another channel. I don't care. As Iron Man lost, he would fall to the floor and get up. That was a good battle. Lucifer would say, yeah, but I pwned you. Iron Man would say, don't say pwned again. We're not in 2005. Lucifer would say, all right, so, I'm guessing you're from a different universe, gathering all this stuff. Iron Man would say, oh, that's right, I am. I forgot about that portal. You forgot I hit my head pretty hard. Lucifer would say, I guess that's fair. As they would start to talk, Lucifer would then come up with a deal with Iron Man. Iron Man would look at Lucifer, as then he said, you know, I'm a real-life superhero. You saw me fight. I can protect this hotel. In exchange, you get me back home. Lucifer would say, I was going to bring you back home for free, but now you got to protect the hotel. Iron Man would say, great, what did I just do? As Lucifer would laugh, he would then tell him about Adam and the extermination and how he was going to defend. As then, Iron Man would start to build something better, something greater, something stronger. He called it the Angel Buster. This was made to bust down angels. This was made to destroy exterminators. As Iron Man would finish his suit after a couple months of building, he was excited to test it out, as Adam wasn't going to know what hit him. As Iron Man was starting to celebrate, suddenly Alistair would walk by him. Excellent. How interesting. Iron Man would like, you like technology? No, but there is one piece of technology that I'll always like. As Alistair would then put down a radio, and Tony would say, so are you old or a hipster? As in, the radio D would sigh and say, if you didn't have that giant suit, I would tear you limb from limb. As then he left. As then we cut to a few days later, as finally Adam arrived. As suddenly Adam flew down with his army, he began to terrorize everything, as he began to destroy everything. But then something would happen. As suddenly he would feel a punch at the back of his forehead. As he looked, it was Iron Man. As Adam said, what the F is this? Adam would then go, is this overgrown trash bucket really supposed to fight me? Is this overgrown trash bucket really supposed to go against me? As then Adam shot it with a giant laser and destroyed it. Or at least he thought. As then the Adam Buster looked at him and Adam said, oh crap. As then he got punched by it. And Adam got busted by the Adam Buster. As then the Iron Man suit would begin to fight against Adam, as Adam stood no chance, as the lasers and powerful rifles were much more powerful than Adam could ever imagine. Alright, now, I'm just gonna end this video here. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't know what happens, Lucifer sent Iron Man home afterwards. I could have recorded that, but I'm starting to get a cough, so I just decided to end it here. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. I don't like when people say he would destroy that. It's a crossover, right? Oftentimes, characters get nerfs and crossovers from them to work, and it's a what if. And they're fictional characters. I don't understand why people get so mad if their character loses. Like the Dragon Ball fandom. I love the Dragon Ball fandom, but they're so toxic about if Goku loses. If Superman beats Goku in a death battle, they freak out. And in every single video is like, Goku should have won! Goku should have won! Goku should have won! It's not that big of a deal. Stop flipping out. Like, I don't understand why this fictional character needs to beat every other character ever. It's not that big of a deal. What is wrong with you? Why do you have to flip out about it? And that's why I kind of stopped doing videos of Dragon Ball characters, because they kept flipping out in the comments. It was getting annoying. He would lose, he would win, he would win. I literally said 9 times he held back in the video. But I do love Dragon Ball a lot, and I'm not mad at anyone. And I think it's a great franchise, a great series. Just, that's the main thing I have against it. Whenever a Dragon Ball character loses, especially in a death battle, people get mad. And here's a controversial opinion. Dragon Ball is not the strongest verse in the universe. Dragon Ball characters can lose. That doesn't mean it's a bad show. Just because your character loses doesn't mean it's a bad show. Dragon Ball characters can lose. That doesn't mean they got it wrong. It's a good show, but they have characters that aren't the strongest in the whole universe of franchises, alright? And like with Prince Vegeta and other Dragon Ball React channels, they get, oh, he lost, he should have won. And they don't even listen to explain. A lot of people get mad at Death Battle, they don't even listen to their explanation. After every Death Battle, they do an explanation why someone lost. Listen to the explanation, debunk that point. Don't just be like, oh, my character wins. No, listen to why they explain. What is wrong with you? That's why I get so mad. I can't watch Prince Vegeta react to a video, because I'm like, hey, listen to the explanation part. Don't just get mad because your character lost. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you fans? Who cares if the character loses? Who cares if they're not as strong as they should be? They're not real people. Why do we care? Oh, God. But yeah, sorry, that's just my rant about that. But like, Goku's not the strongest person in the universe, alright? Superman beats Goku. Who cares? Who cares? They're fictional characters, alright? And I love them both. Goku's OG, but I like Goku way better than Superman, don't get me wrong. But Superman wins. It's been proven over and over again. Can we just stop arguing? Anyway, sorry I got into that. The reason I did that is because I made Iron Man lose to Lucifer, which probably would not happen, to say the least. But it's my channel, and I can do whatever I want. If you're flipping out in the comments, I don't care, because I made him lose for story purposes. I don't care. Anyway, love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Peace out.